What's going on, everyone? Thanks for joining us. Today we're going to get into our race day updates for round number 7 at Spring Creek. So first up, we're going to get into our injury updates. Julian Beaumer went down pretty hard a couple weeks ago, and he did suffer a bad concussion. He was not able to race with us last weekend, and it sounds like he will be returning this weekend. He's back on the bike, and he is on the entry list, so look for him to return this weekend. Joey Savacci suffered a hard crash at Redbud, and he messed up his neck and his shoulder, so we're not quite sure if he's going to be racing with us this weekend. He is on the entry list, but if he is racing, he's definitely going to be banged up. And RJ Hampshire will be returning to the series soon, but unfortunately not this weekend. It sounds like he could be coming back for Washougal, so that would be awesome to see, but he will not be racing with us this weekend. None of the other injured 250 riders that are on that laundry list of names that we've been updating you guys about all season long are returning this weekend, and for the most part, none of them are going to return during Pro Motocross at all. Moving on to the 450 class, obviously Jet Lawrence is still out with his thumb injury. Cooper Webb will be returning to the series soon, but not this weekend. He is back riding, and he's looking good. Sounds like we can expect him back around round 9 in Unadilla. As far as Eli Tomac goes, we're not quite sure exactly what's going on with him, if he's back on the bike or not, but it does sound like he's making a push to return to motocross before SMX, so look for him at either round 10 or 11. Justin Barsha is likely out until Unadilla. He's having those knee issues in both knees, not having surgery or anything like that, just taking some time off to let the knees heal, and then coming back for his home race in Unadilla. As far as new injuries go, unfortunately, Jerry Robin is going to have to go in for shoulder surgery. He's been battling a bum shoulder most of his career, and especially this whole season, and it sounds like it's just unrideable at this point. So he's going to go in, he's going to get surgery, so Jerry will not be racing with us this weekend. Moving on to the point spread, out in front in the 250 class, we obviously have Hayden Deegan. He has 276 points, and then behind him, we have Chance Hymas, who is still 42 points back after having that 5 points taken away from last weekend. So even though he did score better than Hayden Deegan at Redbud, he's still 42 points back. And then, ironically enough, right behind him, we have Tom Vial, who is still 43 points back. So interesting to see the point spread has not changed since last weekend at Redbud, even though the results were pretty interesting with Chance winning. And then behind them, we have Joe Shimoda, who is tied with Levi Kitchen for 4th, both of them 63 points back. It seems that Joe's coming on strong like he does almost every year, so he is on his way up to the top of the point standings. Obviously, he's pretty much out of championship contention right now, but it'll be interesting to see if he can try to catch up to Vial and Hymas and try to get after that 2nd place in the championship, or if he's just going to settle in for that 4th, 5th spot. As far as the 450 class goes, things have been a lot more mixed up this year. So in first, we have Chase Sexton, who only has 260 points. And then behind him, we have Hunter Lawrence, who is 7 points back. And then Justin Cooper, who is 48 points back. Aaron Plessinger, 58. And then Jason Anderson, 75. So as you can see, the 450 class is kind of spread out. Not a lot going on back there. But we still have a pretty good battle between Hunter and Chase. So I think it's going to be really key for Hunter to try to get some good starts this weekend, get out in front of Chase and see if he can somehow force him into a mistake or break his concentration or something and try to get back into this championship fight. It won't take much to close the ground right now as we're still in the single-digit gap, but that's going to evaporate pretty quickly if Chase keeps winning motos. I really don't think that it would be a big deal if Hunter doesn't win this championship, but obviously when you're so close this far into the season, it's hard to just give up on it. Either way, Hunter has definitely surpassed my expectations, and I'm sure he has a lot of yours as well. So it's cool to see him in there battling for the championship. Hopefully, he can get out in front and make it interesting. A couple of other things I think that is worth noting is just keep an eye on Joe Shimoda. He's coming on strong. We saw him push for that 2nd moto win last weekend, and then he won the 2nd moto 2 weeks ago, and he did very well here last season. He got 3rd behind Justin Cooper and Hunter Lawrence, who are both no longer in the field. So theoretically, he is in a good position at this track. He has one on his side. I'm not saying that he's gonna, go out there and win, but just keep an eye on him. If he can get some good starts, he could be an outside threat for the overall win. And then I think the same can be said for Ty Masterpool. He obviously did a really good ride in Redbud last weekend, and now he has multiple moto wins, and he's already won an overall this season. He did ride here last year on a 450, but he did ride pretty good compared to the rest of his season. So I don't think that he necessarily loves this track, but he's definitely okay with it. I look for Ty to get some good starts and fight for that podium and maybe even be another outside contender for those overall wins. Another thing I want to mention is that sadly we will not have Jeremy Martin here at the race this weekend, and we haven't had him for a while, so that's really no shock. The reason I want to mention that is because this is not only his home track, but his parents' track. So he grew up riding here, he lived here, and unfortunately, we will not have Jeremy racing with us this weekend. It feels like retirement for Jeremy. It hasn't officially been announced. Either way, he's a true legend. He has a single-digit number for a reason, and I hate to see him not being able to compete at his home race. So shout out to Jeremy Martin, we miss you. We wish you all the best. Next, I just want to give you guys a heads up on the schedule. So unfortunately, we have a little bit of a weird schedule this weekend. It's going to be live on NBC, so the 450s are going first. I know some people like that, and a lot of people do not. Either way, 450s are going first. But more importantly, I just want to let you know that Moto 1 is starting at kind of a weird time. It's starting at 12:43 local time, which is not anything they've been doing this season, and that would be 1:43 Eastern. So just keep your eye out for that. If you guys want to watch it live, or if you want to get your picks in on fantasy, make sure you do it before then. The last thing we want to talk about is going to be the track and weather. So the track is pretty cool. It has a mixture of sand and good dirt. There usually tends to be a lot of lines, insides and outsides. And you can definitely make some passes here, so that's always good to see. And the sand whoops is a very distinct part of the track, which is always cool to see those guys sending it through there. No major track changes that I want to draw your attention to, just the same old Spring Creek that we're used to. So nothing wrong with that. Cool to see. Always love watching the racing here. But I do got to let you guys know about the weather. So it's not going to be exceptionally hot. It's going to be a high of the mid 80s, so nothing spectacular there. But what I would like to draw your attention to is that there is thunderstorms forecasted in the area around race time. It's kind of a scattered thunderstorm type situation, but as you should know, anytime that there is lightning, that's really one of the only things that could get a motocross race postponed or rescheduled. So not saying that's going to happen, but it could be in the cards. And I find it ironic that this is the second time that a live NBC broadcast could potentially be affected by lightning. I do think the track could handle a little bit of precipitation without much problem. Obviously, if it dumps, there's going to be problems regardless, but I'm not super concerned about the rain. I'm just more interested in the lightning effect. Either way, keep your eye on that. Next, I just want to let you guys know about our helmet giveaway. So I will attach a video at the end of this video telling you guys all about that. And there's a link in the description below if you would like to enter. If you have not already, it's free, it's easy, so check it out. That's going to go ahead and do it for your race day updates for round number 7 in Spring Creek. Thank you guys for all your support on the channel. It means a lot, and I'll see you in the next video. Here's that helmet giveaway info. What's up, everyone? We're giving away a brand new Fly Formula helmet. I personally use this helmet, and I love it. It's super safe. It's got lots of cool features, like the little bendy visor that also breaks away really well. It also has the Rheon technology that is very good at absorbing energy when you crash. It's easy and free to enter. If you're viewing on Instagram, just click the link in the bio. And if you're viewing on YouTube, click the link in the description. Everything is pretty straightforward. And we're going to be running this giveaway all the way till the end of Pro Motocross. After the season finale in Ironman, we'll draw one lucky winner. So enter now before it's too late.